Hi, welcome to this episode. It's part of the series about web application security testing. It's my line of work, and I'm going to read an article that I'm excited about. It's called Choosing IT InfoSec Web Application Security Testing, and it's about my reasons and clarity in going in this direction in life. So there will be a map presentation with Bitcoin and security on it. And I'll be mostly reading the article and showing a few other items. So let's get to it. For those tuning in visually as well, I have a map that I'm showing. It's just the map of the article. And it shows the different areas, daily life, how I align, and the fact that economic energy is significant here, moving into security, and then application security in particular. Now, such maps, which I'll be using throughout this podcast and always have on me with each episode, their intention is to clarify the meaning of and the interconnections of things being talked about, spoken about, and at some point I'll be having guests, and we can create a larger spectrum and broaden the breadth of the mappings together. So in this particular introductory article, it's quite a deep foundation for me here to actually contemplate my life and how I align to work in this field. I'm not just choosing it randomly because it's popular to go bug bounty hunting these days. It's part of everything I've done as an adult over the last 20 years. So I have a certain clarity. I align to a lifestyle. These are, by the way, I'm pointing visually here to the headings of within the article, and so I'll be talking a bit about all of these. And for example, psychology versus technology here in the middle, in between people and the technologies we use in civilizations are computers, of course, and information on them. And then at some point, because we're in security, I use different colors on these maps, and here in pink I have the multidimensionality of threat modeling and the bad actors aspect that they're under the people heading here. So such maps, I use various colors on them, and daily life of mine is part of my secret life. Not everybody has to know the details. Deeper in there is the business or the economic energy, or how I want to interact in society. And you see here there's a little Bitcoin circle there. And then it goes deeper into that, and professionally, working in security, that's a choice. And then you see how it relates with the multidimensionality there. And then within security, there's cybersecurity. There's, of course, many other lines of security, which actually I can show in another visual mapping here. Paul Jeremy online has a great these, he calls them security certification roadmaps, basically in the cyber world. Here I noted with A, there's a certification roadmap, and in particular, look at all these here. There's hundreds, perhaps, certifications you can have in various fields in security. So we're talking about this right field corner here in the red here. Well, this whole right field here is security operations. And then you have the defense side in the blue, and in the red you have the offensive side. So we're talking about, not talking about all of these things. We're talking about the offensive side here of web applications, so basically websites. And another example that I can show of a different mapping here is after I did my CompTIA Security Plus certification. This is just a quick mapping of where we stand within all the chapters that one has to know to pass this certification in the course. It goes from top down. The way I mapped it after taking it and passing it is that you're a professional. You have objectives and controls you use. Below that is frameworks. You have a threat landscape on one side and risk management and privacy on the other. All the different subheadings somewhere in the middle. And I'm showing this on a map, so it helps to see it this way. But if you're tuning in audially, as in audio-visually, you could probably get what I'm saying still just by listening, but it does help on the visual side at times. So cryptography in pink here, I find fascinatingly to be in the middle of everything. It's so important. So are cypherpunks, and that's why this is Bitcoin security maps. I believe Bitcoin is very special in this realm. And you can see here endpoint security, resilience, identity and access management, network security, wireless mobile security, cloud virtualization security. Those are all below the cryptography aspect. And then below all this is secure coding, so more on the software architecture side. And on one side you have the offensive again, and on the other side you have defense, and this is the more popular aspect and ways of getting into cybersecurity in general, incident response and digital forensics, for example. But we're talking about this in pink here. So, and I'm about to read an article on why it is I chose that direction. And so my specialization is application security testing. And so on all the maps, I note in blue here where recon is, reconnaissance, and that's my line of work, my deepest specialization. And then eventually for web applications, which are in the energy sector. So we'll be returning to this map. I'm going to put on my stash here. It's my visual sock puppet identity. Some of the information perhaps that I'll be sharing, I should be perhaps concealing my identity for. So without further ado here, have the article set up. There we go. Choosing IT, InfoSec, Web Application Security Testing. This is from my publication, Cyberpower Talanoia on Medium. Since I find the blending of psychology and technology significant in daily life, in order to create thriving for myself, my family, and friends, I see that information technology, IT, can be the field I play in. This just means that I choose to work with computers and people. This blog post begins with I and continues to repeat this connection to myself because it is about me. I am laying a foundation. I believe it is important to define why one is choosing to work with computers during this onset of plausible artificial intelligence, which is about to permeate the binary pulse of communications on this planet. In order to know the rest, I continue to work on having at least the slightest clarity in the experience of reality, of what I am, where, who, when, how, and why I am. I align my lifestyle preferences to my interaction with economic energy, which is in this area of ubiquitous technologies. This means I intend to work and receive remuneration to get paid for giving my time for solving issues in this realm. The issues are mostly found in the widespread profiteering tolerance of bad actors. What that means precisely will be continuously explored in further work. Again, I'm just showing the relationship of what I'm reading to the map just for a moment. I'm talking about clarity of experience here, and then we'll get into the psychology and the people. And I won't be interrupting much with a map like this, but this is Bitcoin security maps, some of the first episodes, and I wish to just show that again. And then I'll be going back to, I didn't switch to that. So what I was showing is this. I'm still learning how to switch on my special keyboard here. So I just showed the map here, and I wanted to show that the clarity experience section is a part of what I'm reading just now. We'll continue right into that. And let's show me for a second there. So within IT, therefore, I organize efforts towards information security, InfoSec. Since the focus is digital telecommunication systems as opposed to merely physical infrastructures, then cybersecurity is the chosen line of security operations. While I understand the value of the pulse of networks with their representative living communities through another category of InfoSec called network security, or NetSec, ultimately we live in a time when websites on the World Wide Web are the most ubiquitous endpoints of humanity, interfacing computing devices. Therefore, application security, or AppSec, comes into focus. Having had human psychological experiences of the equivalent of technological vulnerabilities, exploits, and zero-day attack vectors, I feel confident in being able to deliver in the role of offensive work, to be able to manipulate with the energy of a severely covert, malicious, and destructive entity in a professional manner. With this energy, it is possible to simulate the attacks of the Dark Triad on web applications of significant value to those who care for life on this planet. This is done in agreement of both sides in order to enhance security. As a freelancing remote bug bounty hunter, I can select websites of value on various public portals and assist with security work through legal agreements of offensive testing. In comparison, mere hacking is the exploitation of the system to one's advantage, and cracking is simply destructive and malicious. Due to the fact that the energy sector dominates as a global primary industry, affecting all issues in the news, including poverty, wars, ecological destruction, and the emergence of malicious artificial intelligence, then any people with web applications whose aims are to assist in the objectively holistic energy solutions will be contacted as possible clients. Not through any malicious hacking or cracking, but in the ordinary business-to-business markets. My focus is to assist selected people through ethical hacking strategies. Such people have the means and the ability to act in the direction of clarity within the understanding of the emergent situation. Well, that is it for this article. I hope that this episode at least provided some clarity on my background in general about how I chose InfoSec and then within that application security testing. If you enjoy this podcast, you may offer support on NOSTR or Fountain, and the show notes will also contain descriptions to relevant material. So for now, see you at the meetups.